But let's go to this video that Rivka just sent us. Okay, let's go this one.
And just to say that she's being interviewed in, she's speaking in Arabic, and I think it's an Israeli. Yeah, it's an Israeli show, but it's in Arabic.
Yeah. It's an Israeli channel. By the way, it's one of my favorite channels. So, like, if you want to watch Israeli news, this is one of the places.
مساء الخير داليا.
So good evening, Dalia Ziada. How are you?
كيف حالك؟
الحمد لله لسه
Praise God, still alive.
لسه عايشة.
داليا هل تندمي على ما
Dalia, do you regret your adamant position
الحاسم ضد حماس وما
against Hamas and in favor of Israel?
إسرائيل؟
إطلاقا لا بالعكس.
Not at all. On the contrary,
بالعكس ولو
if I am asked again, I will say it
طلب
again.
مني تاني هعمله تاني وبالعكس أنا
On the contrary, in my
أنا
opinion,
شايفة إنه التحاور هو
dialogue is the best way to peace.
أول طريق أو أول خطوة على طريق السلام. لا يمكن إطلاقا إن إحنا نكون بنتكلم
You can't. If we are talking about peace in the Middle
عن
East,
سلام في الشرق الأوسط، سلام بين مصر وإسرائيل، بلد
peace between Egypt and Israel, between my country and Israel,
إسرائيل، إنه
if there's no dialogue between us, without
دون
this,
أن يكون في بيننا حوار غير كده، يعني ما هو
what logical
السبب
reason
المنطقي ليا كواحدة مصرية
is there to prevent me as an Egyptian
تمنعني من التحاور
to converse with
مع
Israelis?
الإسرائيليين. الإسرائيليين
If it weren't for the Israelis,
لولا تعاون الإسرائيليين
if it weren't for the security collaboration
أمنيا مع مصر، أقصد
of Israel with us, with Egypt,
أمنيا ما بين سنة
between the years 2012 and 2015,
2012 و2015 لا كان
the terrorist organizations would still
التنظيمات
be
الإرهابية ما زالت موجودة في سيناء
in Sinai until today.
حتى الآن، اللي بالمناسبة
By the way, these terrorist
هذه
organizations
التنظيمات الإرهابية اللي زرعتها
were established by Hamas in Sinai.
حماس في سيناء.
Is that how you say that in English? The desert Sinai, right?
Sinai,
Yes.
Sinai, yeah.
So, yes, that's how I said in Persian, yeah.
في لحظة ضعف
When Egypt was very weak,
شديد من مصر، إسرائيل هي اللي وقفت
Israel stood by us and helped us.
معانا وساعدتنا علشان نقدر نتخلص.
They helped us get rid of these terrorist
هذه
organizations.
التنظيمات الإرهابية. لولا إسرائيل
If it weren't for Israel
وتعاونها الاقتصادي
and its economic cooperation with
مع
Egypt,
مصر، ما كانت مصر قدرت تحقق
Egypt could not have realized its dream
حلمها في إنها تكون محور
of becoming a major gas exporter
تصدير الغاز في منطقة
in the Eastern
الشرق
Mediterranean.
المتوسط.
داليا عن الهجوم الشرس عليك.
Dalia, do the fierce attacks on
لا
you
يؤثر على موقفك؟
affect your position?
والله أنا هكمل.
I will continue.
يعني أنا لن
She
أتوقف
says, I will not stop condemning
عن
Hamas
إدانة حماس والتنظيمات
and the radical Islamist organizations
الإسلامية المتطرفة ومحاربتهم
and fight them and those who stand behind them,
ومن يقفون وراءهم بالمناسبة، حتى مهما
even if they are powerful
كانوا
countries.
دول قوية، بس سأستمر في
I will continue to fight them
محاربتهم لأن
because that's what I
هذا
believe,
ما أؤمن به. سأستمر في العمل
and I will continue to work for peace
من أجل السلام بين بلدي
between my country, Egypt, and
مصر
Israel,
وبين إسرائيل وبين العرب عموما
and between all Arabs and Israel,
وإسرائيل، لأني لا أجد أي سبب
because I don't
منطقي
see
الحقيقة لما
a logical reason for what is happening right now.
يعني فأنا
I will continue what I'm
سأستمر
doing,
في عمل ما أفعله، وأكبر دليل على ذلك
and the proof of this is the
إني
interview
بعمل الانترفيو معاك النهارده
that I'm holding with you today, Roy.
يعني يا روي.
I won't stop. Yeah, because she's speaking to an Israeli media. That's what she's saying. I won't stop.
لن أتوقف
And I hope that I and people like
أتمنى
me
إنه أنا ومن هم مثلي نقدر نعمل
will have at least a bit of influence
بالتأثير ولو بسيط يقاوم هذا
and oppose the very extreme
التيار
movement
المتطرف الشديد اللي أصبح يسيطر
that currently rules the
على
street.
الشارع الآن.
أنت لسه تتمنى
You still hope that Israel will eliminate
إنه
Hamas?
إسرائيل ستقضي على حماس؟
طبعا
Of course.
بالتأكيد أنا أؤيد إسرائيل
I fully support what Israel is doing
تماما فيما تفعله من أجل القضاء على
to eliminate
حماس،
Hamas.
وأتمنى أن لا
I hope they don't take what I'm saying out of
يؤخذ
context.
كلامي هذا
Oh, there we go.
ويتم تغيير معناه برضو بمعنى آخر إنه
As if I am inciting against Palestinians. On the contrary,
أنا بأحرض على الفلسطينيين. بالعكس أنا يعني كل نقطة
every drop of blood that is shed,
دم سواء من إسرائيل
whether Palestinian or
أو
Israeli,
فلسطيني أنا ضدها تماما.
I am completely against it.
هؤلاء ناس
These are
مدنية
citizens
ليس لهم ذنب في
who are not to blame for what is
أي
happening.
شيء يحدث، لكن أنا
But I totally support
تماما مع حرب إسرائيل على
Israel's war against
حماس
Hamas.
وأؤيدها 100%.
I support it 100%
وأدعو الجميع لتأييد
and urge everyone to support
لأنه
it.
تخيل
Because imagine if the area where we
لو
live,
أن منطقتنا هذه مش بس
not only Palestine and
فلسطين
Israel,
وإسرائيل، يعني تخيل إن
imagine if the Middle
المنطقة اللي
East
احنا عايشين فيها منطقة الشرق
had no Hamas in it
الأوسط ليس فيها حماس وليس فيها
and no extremist Islamist
هذه
organizations.
التنظيمات الإسلامية المتطرفة، كيف كان
What would our situation be
سيكون حالنا
today?
اليوم؟ بالتأكيد كنا سنكون
Without a doubt, 1,000 times better.
أفضل 1000 مرة.
ما هي رسالتك
What is your message to the
إلى
Israelis?
الإسرائيليين؟
أقول للإسرائيليين أولا
Is first of all, I share your grief
شديدة جدا فيما حدث من
about what happened in the October 7th massacre.
في مجزرة 7 من أكتوبر. كان مشهد مأساوي.
It was a horrible sight.
أنا شفت الفيديوهات بنفسي.
I saw the videos
ومهما وصفت
and I can't describe the horrors I saw.
بشاعة ما رأيت يعني شيء.
It was something you can't even imagine.
خارج نطاق ما يمكن تخيله.
I hope Israel succeeds
هذا شيء، وأتمنى إنه أن تنجح إسرائيل
in eliminating Hamas. I fully support
في
that.
القضاء على حماس، وأشجعها جدا على ذلك. الجيش الإسرائيلي.
I hope that Israeli army.
يعني أتمنى إنه.
I'll say it again.
هعيدها تاني دي. هقول إنه.
I hope the Israeli army will succeed.
أتمنى إنه الجيش الإسرائيلي ينجح في القضاء
in eliminating Hamas as soon as possible,
في أقرب وقت ممكن، وتخليص
thus freeing the entire area from the evil of Hamas.
المنطقة كلها من شرور حماس
And I share in the grief of all
طبعا
Israelis
لكل من فقد عزيز عليه
who lost their loved ones
إسرائيليين في
in the terrible massacre of October 7.
مجزرة 7 من أكتوبر البشعة يعني.
Dalia, will you return to
إلى
Egypt
مصر بعد كل ما حصل؟
after everything that happened?
والله أتمنى.
I hope I can go back, but right now,
أقدر أعود، بس دلوقتي مع كل القضايا
with all the lawsuits being filed against me
المرفوعة ضدي، مع كل الاتهامات
and the accusations of espionage
مع كل التهديدات
and all the murder threats.
بالقتل الحقيقة، وناس حتى كمان
some people even went to my house looking for me.
عايزة أقول لك راحوا
Jesus.
عند بيتي يدوروا عليا.
And to my family's house.
وبيت عيلتي وكده، فده شيء يعني.
So what can I say?
أقول إيه، بس شيء مؤسف.
It's unfortunate, really.
والله أتمنى إنه في يوم.
I hope one day I can go back.
في يوم من الأيام أتمنى إنه أقدر أرجع تاني.
But in the current situation,
في الظروف اللي موجودة دلوقتي دي أظن إنه
I think that I would be crazy. It would be a crazy thing to
من
do.
الجنون، يعني هكون برمي نفسي في النار.
It would be like throwing myself into the
لو
fire.
رجعت دلوقتي.
داليا زيادة.
Dalia Ziada, the Egyptian researcher.
أشكرك كتير.
I thank you very much for this conversation.
شكرا.
And she's saying, thank you, Roy.
إبراهيم.
I wish you all the best.
يا رب يا رب
I wish if only it would be good here or
خير
there.
بقى هنا أو هناك يعني يا رب.
I hope so. Okay, where is she?
I was trying to figure that out. I don't know if she was in Israel or if she's in the United States, because she used to work in the United States for Interfaith Dialogue Organization in the US. She was part of that and she worked for them. And she also worked at something, I think, in Tel Aviv. I was trying to figure out where she is. I know she's not in Egypt, but I know at one point she was in the Institute for National Security Studies in Tel Aviv. She did an original video with them. That was one of the first ones she did, where she kind of went viral. And then her connections with the US. I tried to figure that out, but I couldn't quite figure it out, which is fine. I mean, she doesn't want that anyone to know where she is.
Okay, yeah, never mind. That's okay. So I just want to quickly, go on. You go.
Quickly add that I think it's crazy that just for condemning Hamas and like maybe talking to Israeli media, she's being accused of espionage. I mean,
yes.
It's worse even than Iran, probably, no?
In some, because I watched several interviews with her, just trying to get some background, and and besides this one, and she said that she feels like it's not just people on the street, that it's state actors, whether it's Egypt or other states. Now, did she name them directly? No. But she did say that she feels that. And then the espionage charge, I would imagine that would have to be a state actor. I don't know what the laws are in Egypt, but I don't know that a civilian could bring espionage charges against someone.
Well, depends. So the threat, I think in Egypt, the threat is from the people a lot. In Iran, the threat is from...
She has several lawsuits against her.
So the lawsuits and the espionage accusations seem to be separate things. Any random person could come and accuse you of espionage. I don't know the details.
Well, I just wanted to say, regardless of, like you said, not focusing on it, regardless, the fact is that this woman can't go back to her home. Egypt has a peace treaty with Israel. They have a relationship. And she still is being condemned for saying, speaking out against Hamas. Egypt has fought Hamas. Egypt blockades, at the Rafah gate. Egypt has, come out and said that they're against terror, the Hamas terrorists in different instances where they've had. So all of this is happening with the country, and she's still being either persecuted by people or attacked by the state, who knows? But regardless, she's living in fear. They're going and bothering her mother, all because she said some of the same things that the government has said, that she's against Hamas and they're terrorists.